Good morning, Montgomery College. How are we doing out there today? Oh, no. We got to do this one more time. See, they told me that today was to celebrate the amazing work that you all have done in the past, but most importantly, to set this stage right. So one more time, I said, how are we doing today, MC? Amazing. I know some of us are still filtering in, but it's welcome to this year's 2026 Fall Convocation. For those who do not know me, my name is Daniel Harris. I'm actually a recent alumni from Montgomery College for the graduating class of 2024. Thank you. And I will be your MC for this event. Now, in the past, a lot of us have gone to this convocation kind of just to go over the expectations, goals of this semester. But this year, we're going to change it. That cool with y'all? Of course, we're going to have our reports and things like that, but today we're here to have some fun. But most importantly, we want to celebrate all the hard work, all the amazing things that we have done, but most importantly, that we're going to do. So just to set this stage right now, can we please give a round of applause for yourselves for all the hard work that you all have been doing this past few years? Yes. 4 years ago, I found myself leaving high school at an all-time low. I moved out of my parents' house. I was lost, confused, and had no confidence on where I was going to go, especially entering a new space. Then I found Montgomery College, a new space, but a new home for me. And I see in this crowd a lot of people who actually helped me along my journey to make me the man that I am today. Through all the experiences and opportunities that I got at MC, I used that to continue the same impact that I made here at Taos University, where I'm now actually a senior majoring in communication studies with aspirations to continue my life in higher education. I would have never knew that higher education was where I wanted to go if it wasn't for the people that I met in the spaces at Montgomery College, from different organizations, from me and higher-ups, administrators, even to all my professors. Every single last one of you who are in here today helped me become the man that I am today, and I just want to say thank you all for supporting me. Now, at Taos University, I'm doing a lot of great things to where I said, in fact, before I go to Taos, I have to come back to the place that made me who I am. Though I might be a Towson Tiger, I am still a MC Raptor at heart. So, come on. But even though I love MC, right after this event, I have to jet back up 695 to Towson University to make it on time to my first class. So, I love you all, but I guess you all could just say that I'm just the MC alumni that can't get away.
Can't get away or just won't get away?
Oh. Well,
hello, everyone. Give it up for MC's latest bombshell.
Well, hello, sir.
Well, hello.
What are you doing on my stage?
Is it? Oh, well, earlier this summer, I was given this opportunity to become host of this fall convocation, but seems like you beat me to it.
Danielle? Because I've been here for a while, I've been on the stage a couple of times, and, they asked me this summer to host this event. And they never said anything about you.
A co-host. See, I feel the same way too, but this is your stage, but there is a co-host, so one of us has to sort of,
Okay, it's fine. I believe that this stage is big enough for both of us to share, but
definitely.
The audience got to know me a little bit. I feel like it's only right that they get to know you. So go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, good morning, everyone. My name is Jessie Odiambo. I am a proud Montgomery College student and a new member of our MC Raptor Reps.
Yeah.
Thank you. Unlike Danielle over here, my Montgomery College experience is still being written, or should I say exceptional by design.
I like that, okay.
Every semester, I firsthand experience what makes this place special, from the professors to the advisors and the staff who make college feel less confusing.
I know that's right, because registering for classes should not be this hard, everyone, please.
It's exciting to know that one day I'll be standing exactly where Danielle is today, looking back on the experiences that helped shape my future.
Absolutely. And, before we move on, let's please take a moment to everyone out there again to give you all a round of applause, because if it wasn't for you all, Jesse and I would never have the place and the opportunity, but most importantly, the confidence to continue to do the things that we want to do. So this moment's for you all. Thank you all so much.
Round of applause, honestly.
Yes, and that's why today's theme, Exceptional by Design, is especially meaningful. Exceptional educational experiences don't happen on accident here at Montgomery College, but instead they are created intentionally, but most importantly, with purpose.
In fact, you're not wrong, because every opportunity, every challenge, every success was shaped by the people who chose to invest in us. Whether that being the staff, whether that being the faculty, whether that being the administrators or the mentors, people like all of you in this audience hall today.
Absolutely. And Jesse, I've been seeing the work that the Rap the Reps have been doing. You guys are doing a lot of great work here on campus, from getting the engagement up, showing people what students can do here at campus. And keep up the great work, man. It's funny because when I was a student here, we didn't have no Rap the Reps.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, because back in your day, you didn't have a lot to work with. So this is your stage, so you can carry it on along.
That was a little shade. But it's okay. I'll keep it going. But Jesse, even though that you and I come from different times and different paths, there are definitely one thing that you and I have in common.
Yeah, and what could that be?
Besides looking amazing in these quarters, by the way.
Definitely. Give it up for.
Come on. But on a serious note, neither of us got here alone.
In fact, you're not wrong, because every opportunity, every challenge, was shaped by the people who did choose to invest in us. So that's great.
Absolutely. So before we move on, let's take a moment to acknowledge all the things that you were all able to accomplish together.
The video that you're about to see isn't simply a recap of the past year. It's a celebration of the lives that you have lived, the opportunities you've created, and the extraordinary impact that you have made in Montgomery College and beyond.
Hello, I am Dr. Jermaine F. Williams, President of Montgomery College. Our mission is simple yet powerful. Montgomery College is where students discover their passions and unlock their potential to transform lives, enrich the community, and change the world. That mission comes to life through the achievements of our students, the dedication of our faculty and staff, the commitment of our trustees, the generosity of our donors, and the strength of our community partnerships. This year, we served over 47,000 students as we help learners of all ages pursue their educational and career goals. We celebrated statewide and national academic recognition, athletic success, and the accomplishments of nearly 3,100 class of 2026 graduates. We continued to see progress in student outcomes, including increased graduation rates across demographic populations. This reflects our unwavering commitment to enhancing access, completion, and post-completion success, and our unapologetic dedication to diversity, equity, inclusion, and post-secondary education as a public good that promotes academic freedom, intellectual curiosity, and the pursuit of a more just society. We advanced key institutional priorities, expanded opportunities for future students, and supported communities across Montgomery County. Along the way, Montgomery College was recognized as an Achieving the Dream Leader College, honoring the collective efforts of our entire institution. This is what extraordinary looks like. When talented students, dedicated faculty and staff, committed partners, and a supportive community come together around a shared purpose. Thank you for being part of the Montgomery College story.
Every extraordinary story begins with an opportunity. This year, more people than ever chose Montgomery College to begin theirs. Students of every age, background, and ambition found pathways designed to help them move forward with flexibility, support, and a true sense of belonging. Here, possibility becomes momentum.
Opportunity becomes transformation when students are challenged, supported, and inspired. Across Montgomery College, excellence took many forms this year, from groundbreaking research to championship performances and nationally recognized achievement. Students discovered talents they never imagined. Faculty and staff helped unlock potential. Together, they proved what extraordinary looks like.
The impact of Montgomery College doesn't end at graduation, it grows. Through students who transfer, launch careers, strengthen our workforce, and transform communities. Every graduate carries forward the promise of an education that changes lives.
None of these accomplishments happen alone. Every student's success story is made possible by people who believe in the power of education. Faculty, staff, trustees, donors, community partners, volunteers. Together, they create extraordinary outcomes.
Every graduate has a different story.
Every story strengthens our community.
Every success creates new possibilities.
Guided by our commitment to access, completion, and post-completion success, Montgomery College is where students discover their passions and unlock their potential.
To transform lives,
Enrich the community, and change the world.
this is what extraordinary looks like.
Wow. Danielle, this is a full circle moment for you. You know, this really was your origin story.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Montgomery College definitely gave me a home, but I couldn't find one.
You know, and watching that reminds me that every accomplishment that we've celebrated started with someone choosing to care, someone choosing to teach, someone choosing to mentor, and someone choosing to serve.
Absolutely. So, Jesse, like, in your college experience, who do you feel like poured into you?
Well, I'm still being exceptionally designed,
I
so
mean-
I don't really, you know.
True, that is true, but of course, someone had to see your light.
Well, I would have to give a shout out to Miss Lisa, the academic of student affairs, definitely Miss Lisa.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. No,
yeah.
Miss Lisa, she does an amazing thing. Like, she's the one who founded me and
Yeah.
definitely gave her a couple of headaches back in the day. But it's okay, though. You know, we still love Miss Lisa. But that's exactly why all the accomplishments deserve so much celebrating. They're also reminders that Montgomery College never stands still. Each success becomes the foundation for what comes next. Today is about celebrating our progress while looking to the opportunities that lie ahead.
And to help us do just that, it is my honor to introduce someone whose leadership continues to guide Montgomery College's vision for the future. Please help us in joining the president of Montgomery College, Dr. Jermaine F. Williams.
Here you guys. Yeah, Danielle and Jesse. Give it up for Danielle and Jesse again. Come on. Wow. Good morning, Montgomery College. How is everybody? Yeah, how is everybody? You're good. It's an exciting time, whether this is the 25th anniversary of your first day at Montgomery College. You've been here for 35 years. You are celebrating your second week because you had new faculty orientation last week, or somewhere in between. Welcome, and thank you so much. It is great to begin a new academic year with all of you. And again, thank you again, Danielle and Jesse, for getting us started this morning. Right, getting us started and showing us what the Montgomery College experience is like right now and where an MC education can lead. And when we think about where an MC education can lead, right, today is really about three words: exceptional by design. Exceptional outcomes occur because people make intentional choices. The intentional choice to learn a student's name. The intentional choice to tell a student, I believe in you. The intentional choice to ask, How can we do this better? The intentional choice to remain relentlessly committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and creating a sense of belonging for everyone at the college. The intentional choice to work together across the college to create something greater than any one of us could create alone. That is what I mean when I say Montgomery College is exceptional by design. And as we begin this academic year, I want us to think about three things. First, we know who we are. Second, we are scaling what works to help more students. And third, we are preparing for our next chapter. But before we look ahead, let's recognize how much we have to be proud of. As we just heard a few moments ago, more than 47,000 students turned to Montgomery College this past year. Nearly 3,100 students graduated in May. Our students came from about 150 countries. 91% say they would recommend Montgomery College to their friends and family. And more than 90% of our students who transferred thrived in their first year at a Maryland public four-year institution. Let's do a round of applause for that. More than 90%. Those are impressive statistics. And behind every one of them is a person and a story. I know a lot of you have seen this individual up on the screen. It's Marco Roccaforte, balancing work, family, and his education, and finding a way to keep moving forward on his own terms. There's Madeline Sonens, whose professor saw something in her that she did not yet see in herself and helped her discover what was possible. There's Miriam Yaldrum, who brought years of experience in education to Montgomery College and continues growing so she can better serve her own students. There are thousands of experiences like theirs. Together, they tell the story of who we are and the impact of our dedicated faculty and staff. And they serve as a foundation for the work that still lies ahead. At Montgomery College, access is more than just opening a door. It means making sure students can make it through that door. It means affordability, flexible schedules, online learning, dual enrollment, support for student parents, and so much more. It means meeting students where they are. Whether they are coming here directly from high school, returning after decades in the workforce, or balancing family and career while pursuing their goals. And once students arrive, access also means making sure they know they belong. That is another defining strength of Montgomery College. 89% of students reported that people of their identity, culture, and demographic background are welcomed here. That matters. It reflects what we believe is the purpose of Montgomery College. We are unapologetically dedicated to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We create and we know that post-secondary education is a public good that promotes academic freedom, intellectual curiosity, and the pursuit of a more just society. That is who we are. And that is why belonging is so important. It is something we create in classrooms, labs, student clubs, advising appointments, and all the countless interactions that occur every single day throughout Montgomery College. And as we know, belonging supports student success. It grows through the relationships you build with students and the ways you challenge, encourage, and listen to them. Our greatest strength is our people, all of you. And I want each of you to see yourself in our college, our community, and our impact, both present and future. Whether you teach, advise, maintain facilities, support technology, manage finances, recruit students, conduct research, or perform any of the countless acts that keep Montgomery College moving forward every day, you shape the student experience. So, how do we take what we know works and make it work for more students? That is what transformation at scale requires. And we are already doing it in some places. We see it through our growing student population and the more than 400 students earning credentials while still completing high school, and stronger pathways, and apprenticeships, internships, and experiential learning that connect education directly to careers, and in support beyond the classroom, from food assistance to family-friendly study spaces and health and wellness resources. And we see it through how we are redesigning systems around student needs. We are taking something that has proven to be successful in one place and asking, how can we bring it to all students who would benefit? How can we make it easier to access? How can we use artificial intelligence and other technologies to improve it? What does the data tell us about what is working and where we need to continue to change to better support our students and the residents we seek to serve? And how can we, across all divisions, places, and spaces throughout the college, create this so every student experiences an exceptional education with extraordinary outcomes at one Montgomery College? Excitedly, that work is already taking shape across our college, and we are seeing the results. Our partnership with AstraZeneca and Johnson Controls, for example, our connecting education with high-demand careers in biotechnology and HVAC plus refrigeration. Our Ignite Hub is helping adult learners explore new possibilities in technology. And our AI Skills Summit brought educators, employers, and industry leaders together to consider the skills students and workers will need in an economy being reshaped by artificial intelligence. We are expanding pathways as well with new degrees in accounting, psychology, and animation. Because we know that one of the intended outcomes of our transformational aspirations is that 100% of offerings will be mapped to a credential of economic, social, and community impact. This expansion reflects what we must continue to do. Listen to our students, engage employers, understand where the economy is heading, support each other, and build for the future. We are doing more than preparing students for the jobs that exist today. We are preparing them for the opportunities of tomorrow and preparing them to make a positive impact on their communities. That is what exceptional colleges do. Now, in just a few moments, you will hear from our senior leadership team about how we are redesigning exceptional learning environments, student experiences, and community engagement opportunities. You will hear about efforts that have started and what we need to continue to pursue. But before they share, I want to give you a glimpse of another example of the incredible work happening here at our college. In the newest episode of Bowtie Chats coming out Wednesday, I traded a bow tie for a box wrench and join Professor Emily Jimenez and our automotive technology program. Our students are preparing for industries being transformed by technology, including through electrical vehicles. Oh, stop, hold on. I think we might actually have like audio for this, but if not, we could probably rewind it, right? So while our students are preparing for these industries and while gaining classroom knowledge and hands-on experience, some of them through bilingual classes. So let's take a look. Welcome back to Bowtie Chats. We're here on Rockville campus at the Godelsky Institute. Today we're going to learn more about our automotive technology program with one of our fantastic professors, Professor Jimenez. We're going to drop the bow tie, we're going to pick up a box wrench, we're going to change some oil. So let's get it. Thank you again, Professor, for inviting me. Please share a little bit about Montgomery College Automotive Technology Program.
Our program offers a wide range of opportunities for our students. So we have on-car and in-classroom learning experience that they're able to attain. It allows you to tailor your education. If you want specific job training only, you can get your certificate to be able to go straight out into the field, or you can seek for your degree and go ahead and take your general education classes as well.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I know we are going to change oil, so besides this clearance situation, what do I need to know about changing oil?
Well, safety first. So we already have our goggles on, and when you get some gloves on, and we can get work.
All right, well, great. Let's put on our gloves and get to it. All right, here we are. So I understand that you teach in both English and Spanish. How does that impact opportunity and access?
Well, I think it opens the doors for a larger community to be able to come in and be able to learn their trade so that they can then go out into the workforce and build a brighter future for their families.
And that's great. And that's also obviously aligned with, with our mission here at Montgomery College, to serve all students, right? When I think about the future and we think about, electric vehicles, talk to me a little bit about what's happening in the automotive technology around preparing individuals to service electric vehicles.
Yeah, so hybrid and EV are becoming super popular. So we have our certificate program for electrical training. That way you can go out straight into the field and start your work in that field.
Great. So we're preparing students for, the today and tomorrow. Yeah. And beyond. So that's fantastic. Now I think we have to finish this oil change.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need some help.
Yes,
All right.
got you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Fantastic. With your help, I think I've taken my first step to being a master tech. What do you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, with your help, thank you again for inviting me. Thank you again for sharing so much about Montgomery College's automotive technology program. And thank you all for joining us for another episode of Bowtie Chats. If you want to learn more about Montgomery College's automotive technology program, then check us out online. All right. Until next time, see you soon. All right. Yeah, let's give another round of applause for Professor Jimenez. Yeah. And I will be providing free oil changes yes, every 7th Monday of the month. So come find me on the 7th Monday of the month. But as we focus on what is ahead, this year carries special significance. Montgomery College is entering its 80th anniversary year. Let's give it up. On September 16th, 1946, Montgomery Junior College welcomed 186 students at Bethesda Chevy Chase High School. 8 decades later, we serve tens of thousands of students across our county, region, and online. We offer equitable educational opportunities that lead to further education, careers, and lifelong success. And we have grown into one of the nation's leading community colleges. This anniversary invites us to celebrate where we have been, and it also asks something of us. What will the next 80 years and beyond look like? What intentional choices will we continue to make to achieve transformation at scale for all students? And we are already beginning to answer that question. This past year, Montgomery College received $5.3 million in new capital funding to advance projects including the redesign of the Theater Arts Building. Yeah. Our Rockville campus library, yes. Appreciate everyone's patience with the transition. And new nursing laboratory equipment as well. Yes. These are valuable investments in environments where our excellent faculty and staff can provide experiences for our students to learn, collaborate, create, and thrive. That is the essence of exceptional by design. And our future extends beyond our college's physical boundaries. This year, we launched the Collective Impact Institute, bringing together leaders from education, business, government, philanthropy, and nonprofit organizations around a shared commitment to upward economic and social mobility. The challenges facing Montgomery County must be addressed through a deeply collaborative effort. As a community anchor, we have both the opportunity and responsibility to bring people together, build connections, and turn shared priorities into collective action and the impact our community deserves. Now, we have a clear roadmap for our work ahead. Our strategic plan and transformational aspirations, which remain our compass: access, completion, post-completion success. We want more students to access Montgomery College. We want more students to complete what they start at Montgomery College. And we want that education to lead them somewhere meaningful, to a family-sustaining career, economic and social mobility, and a stronger future for themselves and their communities. That means continued commitment to excellent teaching, expanding affordability and student support, strengthening transfer pathways, enhancing efforts around civic learning and democratic engagement, aligning pathways with workforce needs, and leveraging data to inform how we recruit, teach, and support students. It means ensuring that every credential we offer creates meaningful value for individuals, their families, and our communities. That commitment to continuous improvement is exactly why our Middle States reaccreditation work matters so much. Our self-study gives us an opportunity to examine ourselves honestly, to celebrate what we do well, identify where we can improve, and demonstrate how our work advances student success. As we prepare for the evaluation team's visit this spring, all of us have a role in knowing our story and helping to share it. So, let me return to where I began. We know who we are. We are scaling what works to impact more students, and we are preparing for our next chapter. As the academic year begins, I want each of us to embrace change and approach our work with a spirit of learning and continuous improvement. What can I do differently? How can I apply what I learned to better serve students and our community? And how can we continue to grow individually, together, and in the areas we have identified as priorities for Montgomery College? Transformation happens through intentional choices. For 80 years, Montgomery College has evolved because generations of people have uplifted our community. Our faculty and staff have built it. Our community business leaders and elected officials have supported it. Our alumni have carried it forward. And it's our turn now. We have an exceptional foundation and then an extraordinary opportunity in front of us. There is much great work ahead, and it should energize us because we know so very deeply what is possible when we work together. So let us build on our strengths. We will scale what makes a difference and leads to the impact we seek, and design the Montgomery College our students and our community will need for the next 80 years and beyond. Our mission has never been more important. Montgomery College is where students discover their passions and unlock their potential to transform lives, enrich the community, and change the world. That is who we are. That is why we are here. And that is what we will continue to build together. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I realized how many people really care about the students here, every single one of us, and how much work they put into us.
Professor Bossard motivated me to, really excel. All the professors here are extremely, open and caring.
I think I'd want to thank my semester 1 Calculus 1 professor. He definitely kind of ignited an already kind of burning passion for STEM.
I want to thank the COM advising team because they are such amazing people who have connected me to so many amazing opportunities, and I just feel like without their support I would not have made it this far, so I'm really grateful for them.
This club was international friends. These people there were so nice with me. They kind of so friendly, and I feel like I belong here.
Dr. Lane Schwarber of the Communications Department, as well as Miss Lisa of the Student Life Office. Those two women really helped me just take the right step in terms of Montgomery College and what exactly I wanted to do here.
Yeah, basically I love Montgomery College.
When I was a student here, I mostly noticed the people that were just right in front of me. From my professors, like Lane Schwager right there, how you doing? For my advisors, my classmates, and everyone who was able to encourage me along the way. What I didn't fully appreciate until after I graduated was everything happening behind the scenes to make those experiences possible.
And I see it now. From the new learning spaces, the resources, and the opportunities and support of career development, exceptional student experiences are built far more by people than students ever realize. And in appreciation of these resources, I just wanted to ask you, Danielle, because you are a man of your wisdom.
Wait, Jesse, is that another age joke? I'm only 3 years older than you.
But still, a man of your wisdom, what types of resources and experiences did you have back in your day? Because I have the Raptor reps, What did you have?
Well, that is a good question. That honestly, of course, I have the same resources that you had. Of course, from the Raptor Central, the Shaw Center, Counseling and Advising Office. But the real resources that I used while I was at Montgomery College was the people that was around me. See, I used networking as my biggest resource because I knew that the people that I was going to meet were going to bring me to the place that I wanted to be at. Instead of looking for opportunities, those people helped me find and open up more opportunities for me. So definitely I would have to say me networking with a lot of the professors and advisors for sure.
Yeah, because networking is like one of the most powerful tools you can have as a student, especially in college.
Absolutely.
I mean, you think about the professors and the advisors, they can really take you a long way. And after this, I'd love to connect, share some LinkedIns and stuff to advance my career.
Jesse, we have a show.
Oh, right back on track. But in appreciation of these resources, please help me and welcome Mr. Sherwin Collette, Senior Vice President for Administrative and Fiscal Services and Chief Operating Officer.
Get this for the short guys here. Hi, good morning. Didn't sound like you meant that. Good morning. All right, now we're cooking. So thanks to our MCs, I'm going to get that T-shirt published, Out of the Shadows. So I want to thank Dr. Williams for reminding us that exceptional outcomes do not happen by accident. They happen by design. They're the result of intentional choices. Those are the choices about how we teach, how we serve, how we organize around our work, and how we design the environments and conditions in which our students grow and learn. At the center of our choices, even in the shadows, we focus on the student experience. Our students do not follow a single path to Montgomery College, as we know. They come here with different goals, different responsibilities, different needs. Some come directly from high school. Others are returning after years away from education. Some are juggling families, pressures around transportation and finances. They're balancing a lot. Next slide, please. So if we are indeed truly committed to access, we must do more than open doors. We must, as Dr. Williams reminded us, make sure that our students can get through those doors, and then once through those doors, navigate a clear path towards their goals. This is why this morning I want to highlight 3 ways in which we are intentionally designing that path. These 3 initiatives are the Student Success Program, the Germantown Student Services Center, and the East County Campus. Each advances access in different but connected ways by making the college easier to navigate, support our students much more readily, and bring education literally to a portion of the county that has been long underserved. Next slide, please. The Student Success Program begins with a very simple premise. Every decision should start and be centered on the student experience. The students represented here remind us that access means different things to different students. These students should not have to understand our organizational structures. They should not need to know which division owns a particular process, which system contains information they need. They should experience one Montgomery College, connected, responsive, and designed around their journeys. That is the purpose of the Student Success Program, ensuring that every student can see a pathway they take as they move through their next steps, how they access the right supports, and make meaningful progress in their educational journeys. Next. So, although technology is an important part of this initiative, it is about much more than replacing systems. It is about transforming the experience those systems and processes create. The work is grounded in 4 areas. First, strategic alignment. We really do need to understand that what we invest and how we invest in our resources here at the college actually are in fact directly advancing the college's transformational aspirations and strategic priorities. Second, it's about simplifying the computing ecosystem. As you each could likely attest, and I would agree, we can do better around simplifying this environment, simplifying it for the faculty and staff serving our students to find the information, complete essential tasks, and move between and among services. Third, it is about improving operational processes that will help us remove those unnecessary steps, reduce duplication, and help us eliminate those points of friction. And finally, it is about performance measurement. How do we know that what we're doing is having the intended impact? How do we know that where we are seeking to go, we've arrived? And so doing better around performance measurement is also a part of this effort. Next slide. This work encompasses the entirety of the student's journey, and that means from being a prospective student, for those students who do not yet know that they will in fact attend Montgomery College, all the way through completion and the next steps and their education or employment. So to this end, we're working to improve our outreach, recruitment, application, registration, financial processes, affordability of attending college, communication, advising, not to steal the thunder of my colleagues, but they will be here to talk more about that, academic planning, completion, transfer, and career connections. Much of this work is already underway. It began with the discovery and engagement, and it began with us engaging many of you, and it continues to take shape. As a result, we have already launched the new MC application, the course materials choice program, improvements to the registration and other student information processes, strengthening our identity verification processes, and our customer relationship management to support our recruitment. Next slide. Our next phase will certainly include additional improvements in credit and non-credit registration, and certainly strengthen the reporting. As we think about places and spaces, the Germantown Student Services Center has actually been in our capital improvements program for over 15 years. This initiative, though, is intended to bring essential services and resources together in one welcoming student services location. And you might say, but we have that on our campuses already. What's so new and interesting about this? Well, I must ask that as we think about this new services center on the Germantown campus, we will ask ourselves, what have we learned? In what new and important ways can we better serve students? How can we align the design of this facility with the intended impacts we seek to have? The current vision certainly includes admission, student life, course materials, library services, select academic programming, and modern study and gathering spaces. For students, especially those balancing multiple responsibilities, location and convenience do matter. Every additional trip between and among and across our buildings, every unclear handoff, every difficulty finding the right service can become a point of friction in their journey. Bringing services together creates a more coherent experience. It will help our students find assistance more easily, make connections across services, engage more fully in campus life, and develop the sense of belonging that we've heard Dr. Williams share today. So as a result, this is really more than a construction project. It is an opportunity to consider what student supports should feel like, and then design a facility around it. The project began already this summer with stakeholder identification, the really exciting space analysis and planning for engagement. The original facilities program was developed in 2020, which means we know that much has changed, and so we must adjust. As such, we are now revisiting the program before moving into the design. That means that this fall, each of you have an opportunity to provide input into the spaces and services. We know that as as individuals who learn, teach, and advise, serve, and work in these environments, you can help us identify the needs and how best to design and consider serving those needs in the design of the building. The planning choices clearly that we take today will shape the Germantown student experience for decades to come. Shifting to the East County campus, the third initiative that I want to highlight this morning addresses access in actually the most literal geographic sense. Montgomery College is advancing plans for a fourth campus in the East County, an area located beyond the immediate geographic reach of our three existing campuses. For too many residents, distance, travel time, and transportation can become barriers to education. Next slide, please. A campus located closer to where students live and work can expand access not only to courses, but also to advising, career preparation, community resources, and the relationships that help our students persist. Our vision is a welcoming, future-ready hub of learning, innovation, and community, one that expands opportunity, supports the regional workforce growth, and fosters belonging. Now, as you see here, the state has a set of selection criteria that we are required to follow as we look at how we bring this to life. They certainly want to know that we've considered the accessibility of this campus. They want to know that it has a long-term viability. What are the site characteristics and environmental conditions? Certainly the cost. This discipline process actually matters. If the goal is to remove barriers, accessibility cannot be an afterthought. It must influence where the campus is located, how people reach it, what programs we offer, how it connects and integrates the surrounding community. As we think then about bringing this campus to life, we've begun a series of engagements. Next slide. Early engagement has begun to identify not only options for where the campus is located, and you see here the proposed location. Next slide, please. But it also helps us think about what is the community sensing, thinking, expecting? What are those aspirations? What we've heard quite clearly in the early engagements at the community is that it must be a comprehensive campus. It must provide holistic supports for students. It must, in its placement, create, and by design, create a place where the community and students can feel a greater sense of belonging. It must indeed be future-ready in its learning environments and its designs. It must connect deeply with the community. It must, in fact, attend to issues of access. And when we think about this, an amazing opportunity, a rare opportunity indeed, to design a campus from the beginning around the students and communities we intend to serve, it is truly a special moment. So I invite, implore, engage, hope that you take an opportunity to engage in the critical moments where we come to you asking for your perspectives on the programming and the ways in which we support and build a community where its members, employers, our public partners will all help us to determine how this community comes to be. Next slide. So taken together, and before I exit, having done my warm-up job for Drs. Price and Ray Patterson, these three initiatives, I think, illustrate that some of the breadth of what access includes. The Student Success Program expands navigational access, if you will, by making the college easier to understand and experience. The Germantown Student Services Center access supports bringing essential services of learning, resources, and community space together. The East County campus expands geographic access by bringing Montgomery College closer to the residents in an underserved portion of our community. And all three depend upon the expertise, engagement, and collaboration of each of you and our colleagues across the college. As Dr. Williams reminded us, our greatest strength is our people. It's you. Each of you sees parts of the student experience that others may not see. Your observations, your ideas, your willingness to ask, how can we do this better, is essential to designing the next chapter of Montgomery College. If we remain centered on our students, attentive to their different journeys, and willing to listen and improve, we will do more than build new systems and spaces. We will remove barriers and points of friction. We will create clear pathways. We will bring opportunity within each and within reach for more of our community. And together, we will, by design, evolve this exceptional college for students, for faculty, staff, and the communities we will serve for the next 80 years and beyond. Thank you.
Every 8 years, Montgomery College has the opportunity to demonstrate what makes us exceptional. Middle States reaccreditation demonstrates to students, families, employers, and our community that Montgomery College delivers on its mission and meets rigorous standards for quality. It protects our reputation, supports students' access to financial aid, and helps ensure the value and transferability of the education we provide. For the past year and a half, faculty, staff, and administrators from across the college have been working together to tell that story through our self-study.
I inspire curiosity. I teach my students the latest technology.
I help students get enrolled.
I help our community feel safe.
I connect curiosity with answers.
I help students stay enrolled.
I help students find their path.
I help bring great people to Montgomery College.
I create spaces where learning happens.
Sometimes I just help someone have a better day.
I help people discover what's possible here.
When technology works, learning works.
Like Shake to a Dance.
Who I get an Academy Award.
You will for sure.
Middle States isn't about creating new work. It's about demonstrating the work we already do every day to support student success.
One thing I've learned is some of the biggest moments in college don't happen in the classroom. Sometimes they happen in conversations in office hours, between classes, at campus events, or simply through the people that we meet along the way, whether that being professors or students like me. Those moments make MC more than just a place to take classes. They create connections, community, and make memories.
I couldn't agree with you more. Looking back, I realized those moments were not pointless events, but instead, they were all part of something much bigger. Small pieces to a puzzle that would later paint a bigger picture. This picture depicts a college committed to helping students succeed from the moment they arrive until long after they graduate. The leaders you'll hear from next will share how their shared commitment is creating even more exceptional experiences for students like us.
And for more exceptional student experiences, please welcome Dr. Deidre Price
and Dr. Tiffany Ray Patterson.
Good morning. We are excited to spend some time this morning talking about work that has been underway for quite some time, strengthening the way we advise and support our students. Advising is one of the most important touch points in a student's experience. And that is true even for students who come to us believing they know exactly where they want to go. Advising is about much more than selecting classes. It is about helping students make connections between their academic goals, career aspirations, transfer plans, and the resources that can help them succeed. Over the past decade, MC has done considerable work to strengthen advising. What we are sharing today builds upon that foundation and asks an important question. How do we intentionally design an advising experience so that every student benefits from the collective expertise that already exists across Montgomery College? That is what we mean by exceptional academic advising by design. We are not leaving the quality of a student's experience to chance. We are designing the connections, communication, and support around them. This work cannot be accomplished by one office or division. We assembled a truly cross-functional team with representation from academic affairs, student affairs, administration and fiscal services, and the Office of the President. Importantly, that included the people closest to the work: counseling, instructional faculty, program advisors, disability support services, technology, operational leaders, and others. We charged this team with developing a sustainable, student-centered advising model, clarifying roles and responsibilities, strengthening our use of STARFISH, aligning onboarding, and identifying what would be required to sustain the work over time. So what you will hear today isn't simply a new organizational structure or technology initiative. It is the result of us asking, what should advising feel like from a student's perspective? One thing we want to emphasize is that we did not start from scratch. There has already been thoughtful work around advising at MC, and this team intentionally built upon that work rather than replacing it. We've reviewed prior MC recommendations and research, listened to faculty and staff, engaged students, learned through Advising Forward, examined the 2025 work group recommendations and the fall 2025 pilot, and worked with our Achieving the Dream coaches. It reflects national best practices, but is also distinctly MC's model, informed by our students, our team members, our experience, and what we have learned about where our current system works well and where students can encounter barriers.
When we reflect on Montgomery College's successes from academic year 2026, one of the most significant has been the progress made across student affairs and academic affairs to advance the academic advising redesign. It is because of you that core foundational work was accomplished to inform and shape the path ahead. And it is because of you that our students are now able to experience more streamlined, direct access to advisors across our division and to connect with vital academic support services along the way. We knew that when we embarked on the advising redesign journey that a complete response to student feedback would be possible only through the adoption of a common platform to unite advising functions. And I am pleased to share that a key milestone in academic year 2026 was a cross-divisional implementation of STARFISH. And we are already seeing the results of these efforts in increases in proactive student outreach and engagement. Throughout the year, our team shared information about advising innovations college-wide, engaged with the Center for Teaching and Learning to create and implement advising forward trainings, and piloted uses of STARFISH in several academic departments. Beyond entering advising session notes, faculty reached students with proactive reminders, flags to prompt student action, referrals to support services and resources, and early alerts. And we are seeing already through the numbers that student engagement is higher and that STARFISH is making connections with our students and our students' connections with Montgomery College faculty and staff simpler, faster, and more effective. These wins for students were made possible because of you. Our faculty and staff have been incredibly engaged and committed to working together in new ways that have positively affected how our students experience us. And last year, we introduced STARFISH to every academic program at the college and saw a more than 200% increase in faculty and staff use as a result of these efforts. The support and enthusiasm for this work has been wonderful, and we are so grateful for the partnership across divisions that is propelling us forward in our academic advising redesign and the broader student experience at MC. The progress we are celebrating now is really the result of the college community's contributions over the past year. I cannot share enough thanks for the levels of engagement and encouragement along this journey to revitalize and reimagine academic advising for our students. Hundreds of students' voices and student stories were the impetus and heart of this work. and hundreds more engaged with us during the redesign process to share vital information about the most pressing needs in advising and the ways in which we can streamline and enhance our communication to students. We greatly appreciate everyone's efforts that have brought us to where we are now, and we know this will make such a difference for the students we serve.
A student's academic experience isn't separate from their career goals, transfer plans, financial realities, family responsibilities, sense of belonging, or other factors affecting their success. Our goal, therefore, is to create an advising experience that connects those pieces rather than asking the student to figure out how they fit together. And importantly, holistic advising doesn't mean that one person has to do everything for a student. It's quite the opposite. It means that we work as a coordinated network. At MC, we are defining holistic advising around 4 important ideas. First, it integrates academic planning, career exploration, transfer preparation, and student supports. Second, it is a proactive and relationship-based process. We don't always wait for a student to identify a problem and come find us. Third, it connects students with resources through their journey, particularly at moments when we know decisions or challenges are likely to occur. And fourth, it is culturally responsive and asset-based. We begin with the student's strengths, experiences, goals, and aspirations, not simply what barriers they are seeking to overcome. We have designed this as a 3-year implementation so that we can learn and scale responsibly. In year 1, we will establish the core infrastructure responsibly. We'll focus intentionally on student populations that may benefit most from more structured and proactive support. In year 2, we expand based on what we learn. By year 3, the goal is to scale this coordinated approach across the college. Assessment, feedback, and refinement occur throughout the process. A phased approach gives us permission to learn before we scale. The MC Advising Network is organized around 3 primary advising roles: counselors, program advisors, and navigators. Each brings different expertise to the student experience. Program advisors bring deep knowledge of the discipline and help students connect academics with career and transfer pathways. Counselors provide holistic academic and personal support, goal setting, educational planning, career and transfer planning, and connections to specialized resources. Our current success coach role is being reimagined as a navigator, someone who provides proactive outreach, engagement, reminders, and connections to college resources. Think about these 3 roles as a team surrounding the student throughout their MC experience. The program advisor provides the discipline-specific lens. How does this program work? What courses should I take? What career opportunities exist? How should I prepare for transfer? The counselor provides the holistic lens. What are my goals? Is this academic pathway aligned with them? What personal or academic issues might affect my progress? What additional support do I need? And the navigator provides the proactive connection. Where are you in the process? What do you need to do next? Did you complete that milestone? Let me connect you to the right resource. If counselors, program advisors, and navigators are the people in this network, Starfish is what helps connect the network. You might even think of Starfish as the 4th member of the team. It gives us a shared environment for communication, documentation, referrals, early alerts, progress monitoring, and proactive outreach. The benefits for students is significant. They should not have to keep starting over. A student should have to tell one person their story on Monday. They shouldn't have to repeat that entire story to someone else on Wednesday and then explain it again the following week. We already have talented faculty and staff deeply invested in student success. We already have strong academic advising and student support service. We already have tremendous programs, resources, and opportunities available to students. We move from individual strong services toward a coordinated network, from waiting for students to ask for help or reaching out at predictable milestones, and from helping students to solve students' issues towards helping them develop a pathway toward their longer-term goals. From the student's perspective, holistic advising should feel less like navigating separate offices and more like experiencing a coordinated journey. Students should know who is supporting them, what they need to do next, and where to go when questions and challenges arise. The goal is not to create more appointments or more steps. The goal is to make the steps students already need to take clearer, more connected, and more purposeful. Advising begins before the first registration and continues as students move through important milestones, make academic and career decisions, and prepare for what comes after Montgomery College. In other words, the advising relationship should evolve as the student's needs evolve. This roadmap illustrates what we mean by milestone-based advising. At the beginning, the focus is on helping students successfully enter and transition to MC. Understanding their pathway, getting connected to resources. We also introduce an intentional advising check-in. As students progress, the conversations deepen. Advising increasingly focuses on program-specific advising, academic planning, career exploration, transfer preparation, experiential learning, and leadership opportunities. And as students approach completion, we are helping them think beyond graduation, whether that means transfer, employment, additional education, or continued connection to Montgomery College. One of the most important outcomes of this redesign is consistency. Consistency does not mean every student has exactly the same conversation or receives exactly the same support. What should be consistent is the quality of the experience, accurate information, clear expectations, coordinated support, and confidence that the people assisting the student are connected to one another. So whether the student's first conversation was with a counselor, a program advisor, a navigator, or another faculty or staff member, they should not encounter competing directions or have to start the process all over again. That is what we mean by consistent care, personalized support within a coordinated system.
So in order to be successful, this academic advising model will require that we all continue working together to learn, to adapt, and to collaborate, openly sharing questions and opportunities for us to further enhance the model along the way. And none of us will be alone in this journey ahead. A core question we have asked and answered is how faculty and staff will be supported, because this is a journey we will all be on together. So a significant part of the academic advising work group's time has been spent delineating and clarifying roles within the advising model to ensure that scopes of work were accounted for and appropriately assigned across divisions. We will be evaluating our progress along the way, and to do that effectively, we will need to ensure expectations for advising-related assignments are clear and focus on program expertise that resides in various areas of the organization. The reimagining of the ATPA coach role, the navigator, will provide an essential connection to make possible faster, more proactive outreach, follow-up, and follow-through with new and returning students. We are excited about the increased communication and expansion of student access to advising support that is made possible by the additional role to support the work that counseling faculty and program advisors do every day. Through collaborative and inclusive training and support, these distinct roles will work together in a highly coordinated network that will authentically align with students' known and evolving needs. These positions, reinforced with support from technology, will allow our teams to work much more efficiently and effectively, leading to better alignment, clearer service expectations, and stronger supports for employees and students. And as I shared, none of this work is possible without you in it. We collectively, as the Montgomery College community, play an important role in providing access to the educational programs that have the capacity to transform lives. It is all of you, the faculty and staff of MC, whose investments in students' lives make every student's success story possible. We want you to know firsthand the difference you make and the ways in which you can be connected to this next phase of work and an even bigger part of the student success stories we are in the middle of making. We start this fall with a kickoff tomorrow August 25th at 8:30 a.m. on the Germantown campus. This is our Advising Network kickoff, and it is perhaps the most important professional development series starter we have for this year for our counseling faculty and instructional faculty who serve as program advisors, as well as for our new navigators. This starts a year-long series that will cover advising best practices, operational procedures, career and transfer knowledge and resources, and Starfish tools. This year-long professional development series culminates in the Advising Excellence Microcredential, which recognizes learning centered on proactive, holistic advising expertise through 3 badges: the MC Advising Foundations Badge, Holistic Advising Badge, and the Proactive Advising Badge. They culminate in the Advising Excellence Microcredential.
All of us play a role in helping students navigate Montgomery College. That is why Tuesday, October 20th, our non-instructional duty day, will be Advising Day. We want this to be an opportunity to develop a shared understanding of the holistic advising framework, and just as importantly, to build a common language around how we support students. Because imagine the difference for a student if, regardless of where they begin a conversation at MC, the person they encounter understands the advising network and can help them take the appropriate next step. Advising Day builds on the Advising Forward conversations that help shape this work. Think of this as Advising Forward 3.0, moving from conversation and design toward implementation. Faculty and staff will have opportunities to learn more about the holistic advising framework, our tools and technologies, academic pathways, and educational planning, career and transfer advising, and most importantly, the student's perspective. Students will also have opportunities during Advising Day to connect with advising and learn support resources.
So, what does this mean for all of us? So, all in all, the college community should know that our work to reimagine academic advising has reached critical milestones in the past year, that implementation has begun, and that this work will continue. Academic affairs and student affairs will continue this year working very closely and collaboratively, transparently, to evaluate the work in motion and continue learning from students, faculty, and staff the ways that we can further enhance operations and our close partnership over time in this space. We will continue learning together about our shared operations, about the student experience, and about the ways we can continue to progress to show up as one college for every student who attends MC. This framework will be continually assessed and improved throughout implementation. The Advising Network Strategy Team will oversee evaluation and continuous improvement, and we will be counting on you to share early and often how it's going. We are always excited to hear from you and learn from you directly what our students need next. Education is human work, and it goes without saying that advising is some of the most real and human work we do at MC. It is more than learning about a student's academic history and monitoring credit hours. A student's academic journey is very much a student's life journey, and our excellence in academic advising really only is possible when we center the human connection and think about how best we can remind students that we are here, we will always be here, and that they are not alone. With some students, we have one opportunity to advise in a way that tells them immediately and definitively that MC is the right place for them. With other students, we are fortunate to have many appointments and other connections with them so that they can see us and hear from us regularly along their journey, such that they can remember the average of all those experiences where we showed up in so many amazing ways. In both cases, every interaction matters. The details matter. The voices, the messages, the information matters. And through the advising redesign, we have sought to honor the reality that we do, with some students, get one chance to connect and to make them feel like they belong and to know confidently what to do in response to that. We have also sought to honor that for students. Every single one of us serves as a marker of who Montgomery College is and what Montgomery College can do for them, for their families, and through them, for the many people that their lives will touch in the future. It is because of the weight of this work, the weight of that instant and occasionally one-time impact on students, that this academic advising work has been so heavy, so long-lasting, and so intensive. We are grateful to you for the progress we've made so far on this journey. And as you saw in the numbers, it is making such a difference for students already. and we are eager to keep moving forward in the service of every student at MC.
There are 5 things we want you to remember about implementation. First, Starfish will become increasingly central to how we communicate, document, refer, and coordinate. Second, we are creating greater consistency in the advising experience, not necessarily identical experiences, but consistent expectations about the quality of support students receive. Third, we're investing in our people. Professional development is a core part of the redesign because coordinated advising requires shared knowledge and clear roles. Fourth, we will assess and improve continuously. We expect to learn as we implement this model, and we will use both data and the experiences of students, faculty, and staff to make adjustments. And fifth, this is a 3-year journey. We will begin intentionally, learn from implementation, and scale. Our goal at the end of that journey is straightforward but ambitious. Every MC student should know that there is a network of people invested in their success and know how to access that network when they need it. Our aspiration through the MC Advising Network is to make sure that those individual moments of care are supported by an intentional, coordinated system of care. So that regardless of where students are in their Montgomery College journey, the message they receive is clear. You are not alone, we're invested in your success, and we've got you. Thank you, and we look forward to continuing this work with all of you throughout the academic year. Have a good day.
MC is a really nice place to find your footing, figure out what you do like, what you don't like.
There's a lot of things to do here. Like, I made snow globes at one event. Like, the SGA has so many opportunities.
A lot of my best memories have come from being involved in student life, being in the SGA, being part of SAB, actually seeing the work that it takes behind all the different events.
Going out of my comfort zone and approaching people and going to the clubs, specifically the international clubs. I met someone called Mr. Han. He's been a very important person, like a figure that I can get inspiration from. The club went on and we still meet. We're still very good friends to this day.
My favorite memory was probably the opening of the makerspace in the Leggett building. I was there a lot. I made combat robots. Right now we're working on a pinball machine.
And it's just a very warm environment, and I think that really helped me thrive over here. And I'm very grateful for the experiences that I've had.
You feel like a family here. You're seen as a person, not a number.
Exceptional education doesn't end when we leave campus. I mean, think about it, Danielle's still here.
Or when we graduate. In many ways, that's when the impact begins. And I look across my college journey, I realized getting involved was one of the best things that I could do to make the most out of my college experience. But the greatest impact happens when you engage with community and everyone around you. So without further ado, please help us welcome our next speaker, Dr. Michelle Campbell, Senior Vice President of Advancement and Community Engagement.
Good morning, good morning. So you've been hearing about the intentional work happening across Montgomery College to create exceptional experiences for our students. In advancement and community engagement, we help to extend that work by connecting students and the college with resources, partners, employers, donors, alumni, and our broader community. And we do it in partnership with colleagues across MC and throughout Montgomery County. Because when it comes to student success, none of us does this work alone. Everything we do to shape, advance, and promote an exceptional student experience connects with the work of our colleagues in academic affairs, student affairs, and administrative and fiscal services. Student success is truly a team effort. And that teamwork matters throughout the student journey, before students enroll, while they are with us, and long after they graduate. I would like to share a few examples of how our work in advancement and community engagement supports that journey by creating opportunity building belonging and inspiring futures. Creating opportunity starts by helping prospective students see themselves here at Montgomery College. Our marketing and communications team works closely with student affairs and academic affairs to reach students in ways that reflect who they are, what they need, and how Montgomery College can help them achieve their goals. That is why our integrated marketing plan is intentionally aligned to the student enrollment plan and the academic master plan. Our multilingual campaigns now reach prospective students in 6 languages and are driving more people to our online application. Our new student Raptor reps are also telling the story of MC. Their content generated 32% of our total social media engagement this past year. Once we have made that connection, we want to make it easier for prospective students to take the next step. That includes live virtual academic open houses, financial aid and student resource videos, and recruitment and onboarding communications. The newly admitted student postcards and financial aid videos you see here are just 2 examples of how we're working together to guide and encourage students as they begin their journey here at MC. And once students decide to enroll, we want them to feel excited about what comes next. This summer, the marketing and communications team partnered with student affairs to create a new video that's now shown at every new student orientation, giving students a sense of the vibrant, supportive community they are joining. Let's take a look. That feeling of being welcomed into the MC community brings me to the next part of our work, building belonging. Belonging also means knowing there are people and resources here to help you keep moving forward. Through the Montgomery College Foundation, we have now raised $41 million towards our $50 million campaign goal, with a growing focus on scholarships, student support, and partnerships that connect students with careers. Reaching that goal takes all of us. Every day, the work you do with our students gives donors a reason to believe and invest in Montgomery College. When we share student success stories, we help them see what their support makes possible. And when we can see that generosity at work in very tangible ways, Student Essentials support more than doubled this past year. The foundation and community engagement also work together to award more than $101,000 in scholarships to 136 students. Through a partnership between the foundation, Holy Cross Health, and our nursing program, 24 students participated in a new summer nursing pilot. While these are different forms of support, they share one purpose: helping students advance further toward their goals. The relationships created through that support can be just as meaningful as the support itself. We see that in the connections among our students, donors, and alumni. At our scholarship reception this October, donors and scholarship recipients will have the opportunity to meet face-to-face, connecting the generosity behind a scholarship with the student it is helping move forward. And as students become alumni, we are creating more opportunities for them to stay connected to Montgomery College and to one another. Graduation does not just mark the end of a student's relationship with MC. It can be the beginning of a new one, as an alum who stays connected, gives back, and helps create opportunities for those who follow. And of course, commencement, which is the moment when that transition from student to alumni becomes official. A record 1,454 graduates participated in this year's redesigned two-ceremony celebration. But the number I especially want to recognize today is the more than 250 volunteers and dedicated staff from across Montgomery College who helped make commencement happen. I feel like that should be a round of applause. Yes. Thank you. Commencement may be led by our special events and marketing teams, but it truly belongs to all of us. And we should all be proud of the exceptional moments we created for our graduates and their families. Of course, building community does not only happen at milestone moments. It also happens when we simply come together, have some fun, and cheer on our students. We continue to partner with student affairs and athletics to build more Raptor pride this year through our pep rally, soccer, and volleyball spirit nights. Please consider joining us for one of this year's spirit nights. And if you join us on September 9th, on the September 9th pep rally, you will also be part of the official reveal of our new Raptor Athletics brand. Ooh. As we gather here today, we also thought we would share a sneak peek of our new Raptor. Building belonging is about helping students make the most of their experience here at MC. Inspiring Futures is about helping them see where that experience can take them. At the Pinckney Innovation Complex at Montgomery College, also known as PICMC, we are strengthening the bridge between education and industry through partnerships with organizations such as Hughes Network Systems and the Holy Cross Germantown Hospital. We are also working with faculty to expand applied learning opportunities and make internships and employment pathways more visible to students. So, to our faculty, PICMC is a resource for you. If you see an opportunity to connect our students with industry and applied learning, we want to collaborate more deeply with you. This is also the idea behind PICMC's new brand descriptor, Designed Partnerships, Shared Success. As a sub-brand under the college's new brand and descriptor of exceptional education, extraordinary outcomes, PICMC's brand position further advances the college's impact within Montgomery County and the state of Maryland. That impact extends even further through our engagement with the community. This past year, our community engagement team reached more than 14,000 community members through more than 200 community events, campus tours, and individual appointments as we began implementing the college's first ever college-wide community engagement plan. But what matters most, yes. But what matters most is where those connections can lead. The team enrolled 124 students across 6 workforce development cohorts, creating an introduction to Montgomery College that can lead to additional certificates and degrees. And through our new Collective Impact Institute, we brought together 39 leaders from across sectors around student success, upward economic mobility, and Montgomery County's long-term prosperity. This work and its impact are all about turning community connections into pathways to opportunity. And once those pathways are open, resources can help students go even further. Our grants and sponsored programs team helps bring those resources to work happening across the college. Through TechMap, students are preparing for careers in cybersecurity, cloud technology, and data analytics. Through this grant, 251 participants earned industry certifications and 171 secured employment. And through MC Share, 70 MC students attended regional and national STEM conferences to present research and build professional networks, many for the very first time. These are the kinds of experiences that help students turn what they're learning here into possibilities for what comes next. This morning, I've shared a lot of examples and numbers, but our students are really the reason why we are here and the numbers that matter most. Anthony Canales Jimenez graduated from Montgomery College this year and is transferring to the University of Maryland to study business analytics. He was a 3-time recipient of the Heller Family Scholarship through the Montgomery College Foundation. And here's what he has to say about Montgomery College. If I didn't get these opportunities, I probably would have quit college. I wouldn't have minded spending 2 more years here because it was an amazing experience. Anthony's story brings everything I've shared back to what matters most: creating opportunity, building belonging, and inspiring futures. And whether we are raising scholarship dollars, building employer partnerships, securing grants, engaging our community, or telling the MC story, we are doing it together with colleagues across Montgomery College and partners throughout our community. That is how we design exceptional community impact for our students and for Montgomery County. Thank you.
My future plans is to go to UMD at the USG school. Well, I started as an engineering major and then realized I really didn't like it and switched to business. MC it gives you great opportunities to do that and really explore what you want to do.
Great professors and just the classes, how they were structured. They really cared and catered to the student.
Do not be afraid to talk and ask to the professors, because that's how you get opportunities, that's how you learn, that's how I got an internship.
Everybody here, like faculty, students, everyone is super nice, very understanding. They're very eager for you to go out into the future and be very successful in your life.
I think community college is very valuable because you get the same quality of education at an affordable price without going into student debt.
Well, next semester I'm going to UMD for computer science.
My MC experience was unforgettable. Resilience, because even though I had challenges as a mom, I was able to overcome those challenges, and now I'm graduating.
Our Middle States journey has 2 chapters. We're here. For the past year and a half, our self-study steering committee, working groups, and co-chairs have been researching, writing, and refining the report that tells Montgomery College's story. This fall, the college community will have additional opportunities to review the report and provide feedback. In October, Evaluation Team Chair Dr. Alicia Marshall will visit campuses to provide guidance before the report is finalized. By December, we'll submit our completed self-study to Middle States. Throughout this spring semester, we'll share resources, answer questions, and help everyone feel prepared for the visit. Just after spring break, our peer review team will spend 4 days learning about Montgomery College and experiencing how we fulfill our mission every day. Visit the Middle States website throughout the year for timelines, resources, FAQs, and opportunities to participate.
Keep inspiring.
Keep listening.
Keep telling our story.
Keep building.
Keep connecting.
Keep hiring great people. Keep believing in us.
When the visiting team arrives next March, they'll experience much more than a report. They'll see classrooms where learning comes to life. They'll meet students whose lives are being transformed. They'll see collaboration across the college. They'll experience continuous improvement in action. They'll experience what makes Montgomery College exceptional by design. Visit throughout the year for updates, timelines, FAQs, resources, the 7 standards, and opportunities to participate.
As I look around this room, I see people changing the lives of others every single day. It reminds me of the impact that I myself want to make in this world.
And here's someone who helps us do just that. Let's once again welcome the lead change maker at Montgomery College, President Williams.
What a fantastic morning it's been. And we're all excited to get outside and hang out with each other. We've heard a lot this morning. A lot of good things, a lot of great things, and we've heard a lot about what makes Montgomery College exceptional. And there's a through line connecting everything you've seen and heard this morning. You, everybody in this room and beyond. Behind every accomplishment we have celebrated is someone who made it possible. Every student who receives a credential had people who taught them, encouraged them, answered a question, solved a problem, or reminded them to keep going. Every pathway we launch, every partnership we build, every barrier we remove, every new possibility a student discovers, it happens because people at our college choose to make it happen. That is why I'm so confident about where Montgomery College is going. I want to thank Danielle and Jesse for guiding us through today's program. Let's give them another round of applause. In many ways, Danielle and Jesse, the two of you represent what we have been talking about all morning. The exceptional experiences we are creating for students of today and beyond, and the extraordinary outcomes those experiences make possible for a lifetime. As we celebrate our 80th anniversary year, we can be proud of what Montgomery College has been while intentionally designing what Montgomery College will become. And we get to do that together. Think about the students who we are all about to see as we gather outside, right? Students looking for support before classes begin. And all those students who will arrive next week. Some are coming directly from high school. Some are returning after many years. Some are balancing work, family, and school. And some do not yet know where they are going. All arrive at Montgomery College looking for something, a path, an opportunity, a place where they belong. And we have the privilege of helping them find it. Let's make this year of meaningful progress and exceptional experiences for our students and for one another. Let's continue to believe in what our college is and what we know it can be. And most importantly, let's make sure every student who comes to Montgomery College knows that we believe in what they can become. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do for Montgomery College. Thank you for everything you do for our students and for each other. And thank you for being part of this next chapter Have a wonderful academic year. Together, we can make it exceptional by design. Danielle and Jesse, bring us home.
Give more for our president. Come on. You know, every time I see Dr. Williams, it's always a special feeling because him and I go way back from the first time we met during my freshman year, during my first semester. It's even funny because after I left Montgomery College, I took his wife's class at the University of Shady Grove. So the Williams definitely love me. But beyond just seeing the amazing work that Dr. Williams has done, it's truly just a privilege to see how he's always been invested in my journey, from interviewing me when I was a student here and getting to know my story, always checking up on me, and always, blinding me with an amazing smile and that very stylish bow tie, So Dr. Williams, after this, we got to talk about that collection, you know what I'm saying? But it's truly amazing to see all the things you're doing, sir, and I just want to say thank you that you and I were able to connect.
Oh, and Dr. Williams, I can't wait for that exceptional letter of recommendation. But without any further ado, today we have celebrated what makes Montgomery College exceptional,
Intentional collaboration, extraordinary people like yourself, and a shared commitment to every student.
And as we begin another academic year, thank you for everything you do to help students like me discover our passions,
unlock our potential,
transform lives,
enrich the community,
and together
change the world. So give yourself a round of applause, everyone.
And as we wrap up, if you could kindly share your thoughts about today's event by taking our survey. And also, there could be a quick little petition to sign for my grand return next year if you guys want me to host again. But without any further ado, just scan the QR code to just get started. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their phone out?
Everybody
Okay,
scan
cool.
the QR code. We'll just step
All right,
out of the...
wait a couple seconds. It's fine, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Amazing.
Give it
Actually, let me get my phone, too. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. So what did you guys think about today? Did you guys like us? Sorry, a little awkward.
All right, everybody got it? Okay, cool. So look to your neighbor and say, did you scan the QR code?
Did you scan the QR code?
Now look to the person to your right and ask him, did you scan the QR code? I don't hear. Did you scan the QR code? Amazing. Okay, we good? I think we're good. All right,
I think they're good, yeah. And now we'd like to invite everyone outside to continue this celebration.
Absolutely. But before we do, I have to say, because, as an alumni, I don't really get to see you all that often, is it okay if we take a quick group selfie real quick?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. Okay. Dr. Williams, get out here. Yes,
oh, you can't let me do this.
Come on. You're right in the middle. Look, you can get a left. You can get a left? Perfect. All right, we're going to make sure everybody's in there. And make sure that everybody's tagged as well. Okay. Amazing. Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
Join us at the Exceptional Together, where we can reconnect with colleagues, enjoy some food, and kick this semester off with a bang. Let's see everyone at the quad, and thank you all so much for coming.
But I don't know about we, because Daniel has a class to attend to. So I'll see you all
I do have a
outside.
class to go to. So I will see y'all next year. Take care, everyone.